Okay, we're in section 9 of the notes. This is the assignment on the polynomial multiplication. It should seem somewhat of a review to you. You've done this in prior courses, whether it was at Essex or another school. You've certainly done this before. All right, our goal here, though, is to review. We give you a short lecture on this, basically reviewing the distributive property of multiplication. And for some students, that might be a little peculiar when I talk about it, but you've been using the distributive property of multiplication since a very early age. I mean, so the way you were taught multiplication is basically the distributive property multiplication. All right. What does it say? That, multiplication distributed across additions and subtractions. So here's the deal. We look at polynomials and we distribute. All right. So what we're going to do, we did some examples in class already, but we need to get to these examples over here and discuss it. Now, certainly when I write at the whiteboard, your work may look different than mine. And I don't mind you doing different looking work than me, but the answers can't look different. If they look different, there's something wrong with what we're doing. So the goal here is to match the answers that are in the blue area. Again, I want to remind you throughout the notes, there are small, tiny little spot videos that you can watch if you need help with any particular problem or language in the notes that you're having trouble with. Also, if you have real big trouble, come by during office hours and I'll be more than happy to help you. All right. So I'm going to go to the whiteboard. I'm going to do another share with you. Okay, let's take a look. And one problem at a time. All right. Now, when I do this, I got to say that some students they do a tremendous amount of work for these problems. And I'm not saying you can't. What I'm saying is our goal is to get the answer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say this is the distributive property of multiplication. So what I'm going to say over here is this x gets distributed across these three terms, and you're going to do that one at a time. Let me do that for you. What would you get? Well, x times 3x squared is going to be 3x cubed. X times minus 5x is minus 5x squared. X times 1 is just 1x. And now you got to do this. You're going to take this minus 2 and distribute across these three terms here, one at a time. So what do you get? Minus 6x squared plus 10x minus 2. After you do that, you have to combine like terms. I like to go in order. First thing I see is 3x cubed. Then I see squares. How many do I see? Minus 11x squareds. Then I see the linear term. X and 10 is 11x. And then I see that constant in the end, which is minus 2. Let's get a red pen out. See if we got it right. 3x cubed minus 11x squared plus 11x minus 2. Let's go to the next example. Suppose the next example looks much more difficult. Maybe, I don't know. So what I'm going to claim over here is when I see multiplications, I've got to do them in pairs. If someone says, what pair are you going to select first? I'm going to select this pair. All right, let's go through the multiplication. We'll do one thing at a time. The b is distributed across these two terms. You're going to get faster over time, but right now I am not worried about speed. I'm worried about following a process. What do you get? 2b squared minus 7b. What I do, I distribute the b across those two terms. Now what am I going to do? I'm going to take this minus 3 and distribute across these two terms, one at a time. So what do you get? Minus 6b plus 21. And this is going to be times, whoops, I'll get black ink for that, b minus 6. So let's see if we can do that. And, the first guy I'm looking at, I want to put it down in order, 2b squared minus, 7 and 6 is 13, right? Plus 21, b minus 6. Now, when you were in grade school, your teachers probably told you, put the small guy up front and the big guy in the last thing. So I'll put that down. So it's going to be b minus 6. And then you get 2b squared minus 13b plus 21. All right, and I'm going to push this on the side. I want to go through this. So this b is going to be distributed across these three terms. Let's do that. You get 2b cubed minus 13b squared plus 21b. All right, let's do the next guy, which is going to be this minus 6 across these three terms, right? You don't have to put the arrows in, by the way. So what do you get? Minus 12b squared plus, well, 6 times 13, that's 60, and 18, that'd be 78b. And 6 times 21, well, it's minus, right? So it's going to be 126. Now, I realize someone's going to say, I make mistakes in arithmetic, and everyone does. That's why we give you the answer key. What do you get? 2b cubed. That's done. Let's do the b squareds now. That looks like minus 25b squared. I also want to point out, if you do make a mistake, just do the problem again. 21 and 78, that's plus 99b, and then minus 126. And again, you might say, what's my hope now? We'll look at the answer key, see how we did. And if I didn't do it right, I'll do it again. All right, let's take a look at it. I got the 2b cubed. I got the minus 25b squared. I got the 99b. I got the minus 126. I want to emphasize to you, most students get this right and this right. It's these guys they have trouble with. And why is that? There's more work involved. But the first term, last term, generally speaking, super simple. All right, let's keep going. I'm getting a little better. And by that, I mean I'm trying. And as you start to try, you're going to get better and better over time. What I'm going to do over here is I'm not going to put the arrows in. I'm just going to do the multiplication. And what do you get over there? Well, 2x times minus 3x squared is going to be minus 6x cubed. 2x times minus 5x is minus 10x squared. 2x times 1 is 2x. I'm going to do another strange thing. I'm not going to do this horizontally. I'm going to do it vertically. I want to line things up. So minus 1 times minus 3x squared is plus 3x squared. Now you notice I put it in a column now. I'm no longer doing it horizontally. I'm doing it vertically. You do it the way you like, though. Don't think one way is better than the other. The outcome should be the same no matter what you do. What do you get now? Minus 1 times minus 5x is plus 5x. And now last but not least, minus 1 times 1 is minus 1. I put a little bar here indicating I combine these things together. Minus 6x cubed. Whoops. Let me get my eraser out. Minus 7x squared plus 7x minus 1. What we would like you to do now is look at the answer. It says, where's the answer? It's on the next page. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy this guy. Copy it. And I'm going to next page. I'm going to paste it. And did I get the right answer? Let's see. And I'm looking at it, right? Minus 6x cubed, minus 7 squared. Well, I get good. I'm going to get rid of that. I don't need that anymore. And let's go. Let's go to the next thing, which is guy over here. And again, I'm going to do one thing at a time. And again, I'm getting a little better. So I'm not going to put my little arrows in anymore. What do I see? Well, 2x cubed. I'm distributing the x squared across those two terms, 2x and 5, plus 5x squared minus, well, 2x times 2x is minus 4x squared. And minus 2x times plus 5 is minus 10x. What I'm going to do now, combine like terms. Put a box on it and see if I did okay. And you should be doing this for all the problems that we provide to you, checking to make sure you got the right answer. Let's go to the next one. Number 5. Again, some people say I could do this without writing anything down. We're not opposed to that. What we're opposed to is getting a wrong answer. Let's go through the work. 3x times 3x is 9x squared. 3x times plus 2 is plus 6x. And then minus 2 times 3x is minus 6x. And minus 2 times 2 is minus 4. Combine like terms. And you get this. What do I see? I'm seeing the answer. Next one. And again, with some practice, most of these problems can be done in your head, but let's go through the process. What's 5x times 6x? 30x squared. I'm using the distributive property of multiplication. The 5x is being distributed across the two terms, 6x and 5. What's the next term going to be? 5x times 5 is 25x. Now I'm going to distribute the 6 across those two terms. And what would you get? Well, 6 times 6x is 36x. And 6 times 5 is plus 30. Combine like terms. And what do you get? 25 and 36. Let's see, 31, 61. Plus 30. Again, look at the key to make sure you're doing it okay. And you need to practice. Everyone does, by the way. Let's take a look at number 7. Again, in time, you'll be able to do this in your head. But right now, I'm not interested. What I'm interested in is you know the process. 11x times 3x is going to be 33x squared. 11x times 5y is going to be 55xy. Whoops, I jumped the gun too quickly. Minus 2y times 3x is minus 6xy. Minus 2y times 5y is minus 10y squared. Now you should notice a pattern about these problems. The first and last term are fairly simple to come up with. It's the middle term, right? What's that going to be? Plus 49xy. But the first, whoops, sorry about that. The first and last term are super simple to come up with. And as you practice, you should see those patterns over time. It's the middle guy that students struggle with, all right? The middle, all right? Let's go to the next page. See how we're doing. And let's do number 8. And, you know, I would say what happens with people on exams is a lot of times they write down wrong answers, but they didn't do any work or spend any time on it. Nothing lost there, nothing gained either, by the way. But my goal here is just to do the problem. I want to warn you, though, to put a wrong answer down quickly is of no benefit to anyone. What I'm going to claim over here is you should write this down, what it means. It means 3x minus 5 is actually down twice. I realize some students say, I don't need to do that because I can do that in my head. I'm not opposed to doing it in your head, but if you get a wrong answer and do it in your head, you have got to stop doing it in your head. You got to write it down. What's 3x times 3x? 9x squared. I'm using the distributive property of multiplication. What do you get next? Minus 15x. Now I'm going to distribute the minus 5 across the 3x. That's minus 15x. And last but not least, minus 5 times minus 5 is plus 25. So what do you get here? 9x squared minus 30x plus 25. Take a look at it and see if we got the right answer. I'm just going turn by turn, by the way. It's a great job. All right, let's do number 9. And number 9, I want to point out again, if you think you can do it quickly, do it quickly. I have to warn you, get this though. A quick wrong answer will be of no benefit to anyone. So I'm going to write this down for you. And this is going to be A plus B down twice. This will be A minus B down twice. Well, one thing at a time. This is going to be A squared plus AB plus AB plus B squared. Well, that's done. That's the first guy done. What did I just do over there? I just did this thing. All right, let's go to the next one. What do you get over there? A squared minus AB plus B squared. Someone said, what'd you just do there? I'll point out what I did. I just did this. All right. Going to keep moving. And again, I know it's frustrating, but we want you to move forward. All right. So let's put this down. And I guess I got to go over here now. That's a lot of work. I know that. So what do you get? A squared plus 2ab plus b squared plus a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. What's combined like terms? You get 2a squared. These disappear. And what else do you get? Well, you get plus 2b squared. Let's take a look at it. I got this, and I got this. Everything is fine. All right, let me just talk about this briefly. You really need to practice. Certainly what you could do is go back over what I just did. There's nothing wrong with that. Maybe rewatch lectures if you need to. Maybe go to Khan Academy. Whatever works for you. You need to learn the material. You also should start saying to yourself, I need to not only learn the material, but I want to get to an exam, and I want those exams to be very easy for me to get through. The way to do that is you really have to spend time in the study department. You got to do the homework, all right? So what happens in the homework? You're given a problem. It says multiply and simplify. This is the problem. And you're given an answer. What's your goal? Is to see if you can get that answer. I'll also publish these things at the end of the week, where you can watch me do them at the whiteboard if you need it. But you need to get busy with the study department. All right? Thank you.